Hello everyone. I think I'm a few minutes late. Oops, now I'm turning my light off. Okay. I'm going to just get this up on the iPad so I can see if anyone joins me. All right. So please say hello if you pop on, and be sure to comment. Okay, we did this fancy fun fold at our team meeting the other day, and I'm finally getting a chance to recreate it. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Casey. Yes, so I am finally getting a chance to recreate this, and we are going to showcase this amazing Ever Eden Specialty DSP. So I did do a brief showing of this DSP when I got it. So it's these beautiful greens. This DSP will be available from November 2nd to January 3rd, or while supplies last. And it coordinates with a new bundle of products that will also be available November 2nd. The bundle is carrying over to the mini, so it will be available from January to June. The paper is only available from November to January. So if you want this paper, you need to let me know and we can order it in January. So we're gonna work with it today. I do not have the bundle. I don't have the stamp set and the dies. I wanted the gems and I don't have those either, but the paper is beautiful. So we are gonna play with it. So what we have here is a piece of DSP. You want it to have a fairly neutral pattern on the one side, and the other side can be, you know, your main primary pattern. It is 5 1/4 by 12, and it has been scored at 4, 6, and 8. All right, so 5 1/4 by 12, scored 4, 6, and 8 to get this little W in the middle. Okay, hi Alex. Yes, it is beautiful paper. Then you want your card base. So in this case, this is the part that opens. So this is just a backing. So this is our 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I have chosen this to be in soft succulent because the colors in this paper are the evening evergreen, the soft succulent, and the gold. Okay, so we just fold this like I said, and then the one edge is going to get adhered down to the base. So this is going to be one of those cards that's going to be beautiful, but it's not one that someone can stand up on their mantle. So just keep that in mind if that's important to you. We're going to get some adhesive. So we are going to glue down that one edge. This paper is so gorgeous, you guys. So gorgeous. All right. The reason I'm a little bit late is I was struggling to figure out what stamp set we were going to use because I didn't buy the stamp set that goes with this, which doesn't matter, but we need a certain size of a greeting, or I'm just going to have to adjust what my front looks like. So this was a mystery stamping that we did in our team meeting, so I just kind of did the same measurements. So I'm centering this on here, okay? I'm going to give it a good push because I don't want it to come off. So this is how our card opens. So this is the inside. So clearly we can't write on this. We need to do something with that. So what I have here is a strip of basic white. I think it would also look nice with, I thought it might also look nice with soft succulent. I feel like, just one second. I'm gonna switch this out. This is actually whisper white, I realize, because I have a bit of both. And the basic white is just a bit of a crisper, the other one looked a bit off to me. Okay, so this piece is 5 by 2 7/8. So 2 7/8. And you know what? I'm actually gonna do it 3 by 5. And you're gonna see what's going on in a second here. 3 by 5. Okay. And what's gonna happen, this is gonna glue in here. So keeping in mind, this is like our card edge. So you kind of wanna put something there. So we want equidistant on those 3 edges. And then we're gonna cover up this side with another little strip of DSP. So I took a different DSP out of the same pack, and this strip is 1 inch. So I'm gonna cut it 1 inch by 5 1/4 as well. Okay, so I've already cut it 1 inch. Now I'm going to do 5 1/4, and then we're going to adhere those bits down. So for that, I am going to use my seal, because if you have watched me before, you know that I don't really love using the liquid glue on white cardstock. I just find I have had issues where I can see where I've placed the glue, and then that's upsetting to me. So we're going to use our seal. And then, like I said, so I'm going to put this here so I can really see where my edge is, where that fold is. And then we want an equidistant kind of border. Top, bottom, and this edge, the left edge. More or less. And in this case, this line actually is working quite well for me. Okay, we're going to put that down. And then we are going to place this little strip as well. This paper is so gorgeous. I think it must be $20 because it's one of these specialty packs, right? It's got all this foil in it. Usually the ones that have foil in them are $20 instead of $15.75. So I'm going to line that up. And then that is almost the inside done. Okay. So, very pretty, right? I had this cold like a week and a half ago. I've been back to work. I was, negative for COVID, but I just have this still like raspy, kind of scratchy sound. Okay, now the way that this is meant to be is you're meant to have these 2 layers on the front. So this first one is 3 by 4, 3 by 4. And then this one is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. It called the recipe, the mystery recipe, called for cardstock, coordinating cardstock, and white. I chose to stick with the greens. I thought that looks really pretty. Then it also called, you could use ribbon or not. So then I had this was my brainstorming before I came on. I really like the look of this ribbon. And then I've got these little gold accents, which are from this ephemera, from Expressions in Ink ephemera pack. It's got all these gold bits, which are gorgeous. So I thought it was a really pretty way to bring in some more gold, right? I think that looks stunning. Now, this paper is kind of like, could be used for anything, I think. I think this would be a beautiful Christmas card. It could be it could be anything. It's sort of not really occasion specific, but you kind of need a nice big stamp here. And I'm trying to be a little bit picky when I buy my stamps now, especially because I can't have classes in my house. And I don't really have a big Christmas stamp that I can use there. So that's why I was late. I was like, oh my gosh, what can I put there? And I was struggling, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe the paper pumpkin? What's the paper pumpkin? No, still, unless we turn the card. If we turn the card, then I feel like we could put something down here and it would look okay. And then our card would open like this. So maybe we're just gonna have to do that. We're gonna just have to turn the card. And then I have a bit more options for what my greeting is. So let's go back from the paper pumpkin, because what I had originally planned to do is this warm Christmas wishes, because I think it's so pretty. kind of right here. So I think we could do that now if we turn the card. The other option that I was thinking was, oh yeah, this stamp set. I'm like, where'd it go? Would be to do like this one and do It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. So what do you guys think? So we can do this like It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, or we can do this big warm Christmas wishes. I will I will go with the majority. So by all means, let me know what you think. So we'll kind of put that to the side. The other thing this card calls for is something here. So the recipe was a circle with another greeting here. So like in this case, if we did It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, inside we would do like wishing you a joyful Christmas and Happy New Year. Or we would do the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. For this one, if we do the warm Christmas wishes, which is what you guys are voting for, then on the inside, I was gonna do May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart. So instead of stamping it on the white, it's meant to be here. It's meant to be on a circle. But again, I've chosen something that's not really circular, but I know that this sentiment fits in here. So this is what we're going to do, okay? So bear with me, and we're a little bit off the script. So Casey, for example, who's watching, has seen this card before, and now you're gonna see that I am doing it totally different because it's just kind of how I roll. Just kind of how I roll. Okay, this can work, but I'm going to use a slightly bigger piece because I'm stamping on it and I don't, that's the same. Hang tight, hang tight. Here we go, okay. All right, here we go. So we're going to stamp in Evening Evergreen. I'm hoping this is gonna turn out just beautiful, but well, let's find out. Okay, so we're gonna stamp this. We're gonna do it in the middle. All right, and then we are going to cut it out with this punch. If you don't own this punch, it's another gooder. It's tag something. Okay, so make sure that's centered. Looks pretty good. Sometimes your punch, this thing will move. So if you're ever wondering, okay. And then we're also going to stamp this warm Christmas wishes. All right, so I'm gonna sort of take the gold out of there and I'm gonna stamp it in more in the corner. Hopefully it'll work. Worst case scenario, we're gonna turn it over, right? Now, you're probably wondering what is she doing, but I know that I didn't quite get my label on here right. So even that, see how my Christmas is kind of crooked? Okay, so I'm gonna try it again. So I'm just gonna make sure my Christmas is kind of straight. We'll see, we'll pick one. That one's straighter. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna use that one. I'm gonna get rid of this Evening Evergreen because that is a recipe for disaster. And then what we are going to do, this is gonna be tricky. So this is gonna go on here and no one's gonna see this. So I'm gonna punch out of the middle of it another one of these. And you're like, what? This is how you save paper, folks. Okay. So I am going to adhere this down. Oh, appears I am not because I've run out. Okay, we'll use some glue here. So we're going to center this. It's going to cover up that hole. No one is going to be any the wiser. All right, perfect. This we're going to cut in half. And you're going to see what we're going to do with that. Okay, we're going to retie this bow now. So I'm going to try to tie, I'm going to have even ends. I'm going to center it and then we'll move it after the fact. Okay, so flipping, tying. This ribbon is so pretty. It's so easy to work with. It's all the new in colors. So the soft succulent, evening evergreen, fresh freesia, polished pink, and the, oh, I'll tell you, Lynn, and the, what's that other color? The orange color. Cotton cantaloupe something. Pale papaya, not cantaloupe. I knew it was a fruit. Okay, Lynn, this ribbon, and hey, if you want some, I have an order going in this weekend, right? So if you want to add it onto my order. Or you could wait and order it with the paper if you want to order in November. Where is it? Right here. So it's on page 139. It's this open weave ribbon. And it's all the different colors. So yeah, it's not super obvious because they show it in the pale papaya. Okay, but that's where you're going to find that ribbon. Okay, so now we have our bow. Is that how I had it? I had it across the top, didn't I? Or did I have it like this? No, I had it like this. Okay, and then we had these gold bits. That's right. So I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to go... No, I didn't have it like that. I had them opposites, I think, didn't I? I must not have, but I think, oh, I had it like this, kind of. So maybe we're gonna kind of go something like that. Okay, yes, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna put that to the side. We're gonna come back over here. Yes, I know that's not attached. We have to attach that. So if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I was creating a border. Okay. I'm just going to use my Seal Plus rather than you guys watching me load a new cartridge for the seal. Okay, and then we're just going to create a border for this guy. Top and bottom, I just eyeball. Okay. And now this is going to go on here. So you only want to adhere it on the top, right? And we don't want to use dimensionals because we don't want to have our card popping up. So I am going to put adhesive on the top of this. And I've got adhesive in the middle here, so I just want to get rid of that. That's because I used the Seal Plus and it has those little lines, right? But I don't want this to seal my card shut, if you're wondering why I'm bothering. There we go. Because it will seal the front shut. Then we can't write in it. Never fails, right? Always in the live, something weird happens. Okay. So now I am going to center this like that. I actually really like that. I like that shape, how that when you open that and then, you know, you'll pull it up and you'll write. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, now we're back to the front. So I am going to actually use, I'm tempted to use a glue dot. And I'm actually gonna use the ones that come in the paper pumpkin kit, but you can use a normal glue dot. You can use adhesive. So I'm just gonna put a glue dot just at the center. Before I do that, I should probably fix my bow. Okay. So gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take, sorry, I know I'm off the page here. Do this one. Make sure you won't see the glue dot. And I'm gonna tuck it under the ribbon. By tucking under the ribbon, you don't see where they're joining. Okay, now I'm gonna get my ribbon scissors. Trim the other end of this piece. There we go. All right, and this piece is gonna go on with dimensionals. So you don't wanna lose these little ends because you don't get another one. Okay, let's find some dimensionals. Here we go. Should we use black dimensionals? I might use black dimensionals because we're using dark green paper. So see, doesn't matter that that's there. So I'm gonna put our dimensionals on here and we're gonna be done, guys. So hopefully you think this is as pretty as I do. This paper, like I said, is gorgeous. If you like greens, it's beautiful. Hello, Judy McMahon. Okay, so we're gonna turn this over. We could also bling it up a little, right? So look at how pretty this is, you guys. Oh my gosh. And like really not that hard, right? I mean, you probably don't want to make like 15 Christmas cards like this because it's using basically a half sheet of DSP. But if you had a lot of DSP and you're like, oh my gosh, like what was I thinking? Why did I buy all this? Then it would be a great card. Okay. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Say that you score it at 4, 6, and 8. And it's 12 by 5 1/4. That way you get the border. You could do 12 by 5 1/2 and then you just wouldn't have any border. Okay, so there we go. It opens like this. Warm Christmas wishes, may the love of the season warm your heart, home and fill your heart. And then you keep opening and this is where you're gonna write your lovely message, right? So pretty. So pretty. So let's put some bling because that's how we roll. So I think we could do gold or we could do evening evergreen or we could do soft succulent. I'm just looking at I can never remember which gold. Okay, so we still have the gilded gems. Okay, so let's take a look. Hey Cam, we could do, well, we could do those. We could do these is what I'm thinking, because I know I have lots of them. We could also do our in color. Okay. So I think we're gonna get rid of the metallic first, because I know I think I want to use these. I want to try for the gold. This one I don't have any small ones left. So let's see if we do. And then we could do a medium one, sort of down here. There. All right, what do you guys think? It's a great way to use up that ephemera pack. I'm not sure if I'm saying that word right, but okay. So thank you for joining me. I will post when I clean up the video and put the picture in the comments. I'll make sure that I put the scoring and the size of that DSP piece. And you know, if you decide to make this card, I would love to see it. Feel free to share a picture of your version underneath the video. If you want this paper, November 2nd, message me if you just want to get in on a group order. I have an order going in this weekend, so if you don't want this paper but you want something else and you want to save a bit on your shipping, then you want to message me about that. I just put a class up today that is going to be using the November paper pumpkin kit, so that information is now up on the page. And yeah, that's it. It's Miracle Treat Day, so if you live in BC or Canada, maybe even anywhere maybe, go get a blizzard. I know it seems like a weird day to get a blizzard, but it's for the kids. So we're gonna have blizzards tonight, and I encourage you to have one as well. Okay, bye guys.